Hello everybody, welcome to my talk. This is gonna be a quick one because it was a longer read than last week, but it's basically working with that same spreadsheet that I showed you last week. So it's just adding questions at the bottom of each category that you do. And I've been working on my category. I copied the one that they had, but there's different things that I spend on, which is what they wanted us to see, that we have different habits and things that we spend on, and it's making us see what we spend on most on, so we could see it, and so we know with the questions from chapter 4, which is what we're talking about this week, so we could see how fulfilled it makes us, or if we don't like it, right, then we need to like move it to the side. But anyway, so it's the same graph from last week, but there were, I don't know if you remember seeing, there were like a little bit more lines at the bottom and they were empty. Well, now they're full because now they have these questions, which I'm gonna read to you. Oh no, I lost my thingy. But anyway, there are 3 questions that will transform your life. So let me just read the whole thing. In this step, you evaluate your spending by asking 3 questions about the total spent in each of your subcategories. So the first question is, did I receive fulfillment, satisfaction, and value in proportion to the life energy spent? Which we know that life energy spent is how much of your life energy you're paying to get the money so you can buy these things that you're spending on. And then the second one is this expenditure of life energy in alignment with my values and life purpose? So the chapter goes on to talk about, which gave me an idea for my Tuesday video about your values. And your values are like what you believe in and what you do. Sometimes you say you believe and you do these things, but then you go and you spend on other things, right, that don't match what you think you believe in, right? And I found a couple of things like that in my chart. And then the third question is, how might this expenditure change if I didn't have to work for a living? And you really get to think and analyze these things. I really am enjoying this book a lot more than I did the other times that I've read it, because I really wanted to get to the point I am at now, but I just couldn't because there was so much clutter in my brain. My kids were little. I had to and I could have if I wanted to, because if you really want to, you will make the time to get there faster. But anyway, there was a couple of different things that I highlighted here, but one of the stories was how some people get welfare, and it's okay to get welfare. Some people really do need it, and one of the stories was this lady that she was a single mom, had 3 kids, and was getting the welfare check to feed her kids and everything that one has to do on your daily basis to live, and she was able to raise or save $3,000 that she needed, like a college fund for the kids so they could study and be better people, have a better situation than what she was living right there. So she fed them, she paid rent, she gave them what's necessary, she gave them enough, and was still able to save a little money for their schooling. And then they showed another story about another family that has a mom and a dad, that they were getting welfare, and the dad was he got that same check that the other lady got, and the dad felt so like we're poor us, and you know, we don't have anything, and we live this crummy life, and you know, with this money that they're giving me, I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna buy a TV. So the money that they gave him to feed his family, he used it to buy a TV because he thought he'd reward his family for things that he can't give them, you know, on a daily, like extra luxury things. So he used that check to buy him a TV instead of buying like the food and the needs of like everyday life. But it's all in your mind and how you think of these things and how you know, how you see everything. And this book really is opening my mind to just different things, to see what I'm spending on. And oh, for example, conscious spending from last chapter 2. I went to the store yesterday, which I try not to go because I know I am bad with that, but you know, I need to go so I could get better. But I went because I needed a birthday present for today. And so I went and I got what I needed, my birthday present, and then, you know, my daughter went with me and she wanted a couple of blouses, but you know, they were okay priced. So I said, okay, let's do this. We went to the register and I found what my Gazingas pin is. It's I went to Kohl's, and that's where I shop, you know, for presents or Mother's Day, or just if you need something fast, you go there. Why? Because I had a credit card. And so we get to the register and the lady goes, oh, do you have a credit card with us? And I say, yes, I do. And then I wanted to grab that credit card because I have the credit card. But I said, no, Susan, you're trying to go down on your spend on what your debt, not up on your debt. So I grabbed my ATM and I was gonna go put it in there, and the lady said, oh, you're gonna use your ATM? You know, if you use your credit card, you get the Kohl's Cash. That, my friends, is my Gazangas pin, because I almost grabbed the credit card so I could get that Gazangas pin. And then when I went to, because I actually went to grab it because I said, well, I'll pay it and I'll get this cash that I could use, you know, to buy something else. Well, when I opened it, this little green color came out in the back. That's the universe telling me not to do this. But anyway, it was there because I have this little bag that has like coupons and cash and receipts. I bought it because I had the receipts, so I could put the receipts and grab them and write down what I spent on. Anyway, so I looked at it and I grabbed it, and it was Kohl's Cash that expired in January. It was one for $60 and one for $20, $60, $70, $80 of Kohl's Cash that I had. I could have bought some 501 jeans, you know. That's what I spend on most there, meaning the most expensive thing I buy there for my kids, Steven, you know. Anyway, I didn't use it. It was in my wallet. It was money wasted, and I probably was so happy I got it when I got it. And then I put it in there and forgot about it, which was the same thing I was going to do if I would have grabbed my credit card. I would have put more money on my credit card, and I would not be able to, you know, I wouldn't have used the Kohl's Cash, and now I owe more money on my credit card. So I did a conscious decision to not use my credit card because of that Gazangas pin. And my thing is that the lady, even I went to do my credit card, my ATM, the lady told me, aren't you gonna use your credit card? You get some Kohl's Cash. But I caught myself, and then I remember the book, and I remember, you know, all these other things that I'm reading and doing, and I'm like, oh my God, this is my Gazangas pin. I do it to get a sell later that I never use, right? So anyway, that was my story about this chapter, and I really like the book, and it actually is really helping me to do the little spreadsheets and to keep my ledger of the things I'm spending on. Like I've been looking at things like yesterday I went and bought things, and you know, I can't spend that much because of the debt that I have, but I do spend here and there, because I say I don't spend because I put all my money towards the credit cards, but I spend here and there, and now I'm looking at it, I'm seeing what it is, and now I'm gonna evaluate it and see if it fulfills me and what I would do if I didn't have a job that would pay for it. So that was the major point of this chapter. It's the name of the chapter is How Much Is Enough, and so that's how we realize how much is enough, by doing the graph and checking your categories and see how fulfilled you are for each of the things you spend. So right now I'm on February, because I already have my list, and I actually worked it, and it is actually fun. So I will see you next week with chapter 5. I hope you liked it. If you did, and you want to hear more of my stories and how I'm getting out of debt and how this book is helping me and how it could help you, subscribe and you will hear me every Thursday. I'm late today because I didn't finish reading the book yesterday, so I finished today, and here I am telling you all excited about the story. See you next week.